Hello, beautiful people. Hey, look, before I start this session, I have a big announcement to make. And, the documentary that's been in the works for a long time about my son Eric's life, it's almost finished. But in order to get to that finish line, the director producer Paula Marino needs some help. So she needs funds to cover all the professional fees that will be involved to bring the story to the screen, like a professional story editor, a music composer, a sound mixer, an illustrator, animator, etc., etc. Now, Paula created a crowdfunding page where you can donate whatever you feel comfortable donating. You can also donate by purchasing a 30-minute session with one of our mediums, or by purchasing an item from the Erik merchandise store, like the one I'm wearing. Saving the world, one prank at a time. It's an embroidered image, so it's really nice. So anyway, go visit channelingericdoc.com and take a look at it. This project is very near and dear to my heart. And one of my greatest wishes is to get the story out to more people so we can help more people. And I want you to go and see the trailer that's on the channelingericdoc.com. It's so moving. It's so powerful. It was my first reaction. It was a gut punch. Um, but it says it all. So look at the trailer and let me know what you think. Thank you guys. Hello, my happy ginger, Bailey, whose information is on the screen and down below in the description box. We are going to continue with part 2 of our interview with the Anunnaki god Marduk, also known as Amin Ra, which is why we say Amen after our prayers. Y'all check out the backstory on part 1, please, because I'm not going to
Yeah.
repeat it. He's an Anunnaki god. And thank you, Erik, for helping us, assisting us in this. He is my son on the other side of the bed.
He's so happy now he's sitting down finally,
He
but
finally stopped dancing, eh?
he's dancing. He was getting his exercise in. He's just being
Okay.
funny.
Ugh.
He's just being funny. Yeah, he's being funny.
All right.
But he's sitting down now.
Okay. And we have
You know
Marduk.
what's it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I do. And something that he was saying, Marduk was saying about when you said something about the Amen, he says that also Amun Ra, also started the thing where you believe in one God, not more than one, he's
Yeah.
saying. And he says that he also started where people fight each other over their belief of their God.
Well, that's
So,
really interesting because I have a question from a community member. You want me to ask
uh,
that now
yeah,
about
yeah.
this? All
Oh,
right. Did you either directly or indirectly cause humanity to shift from monotheism to polytheism? I think it's the opposite. Polytheism,
it is he said,
monotheism.
yeah, I agree. I think it is the opposite. Yeah, from more than one God to just one is a yes to that.
Okay.
And he's saying that he did have a hand in changing that. More so when he was Amun Ra.
Okay.
Oh,
Not
not
Marduk. Okay.
yeah, not Marduk, but Amun Ra also, like we were saying, I wanted to say it
Two
wasn't
energies.
about getting violent, but he was just the one who got people to say, hey, you fight for your beliefs,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
thing. Yeah,
He didn't
not
condone violence, of course.
right. He didn't mean it like the, but stand up for what you believe in it, and then eventually it turns into,
That's free will.
yeah.
Where are you now?
He's in a different dimension. Yeah, I, you know, there's an angelic dimension. Okay. He's in a different
Wow.
dimension than like the spiritual dimensions.
Okay.
And he's showing me like an angelic dimension in a way. Like there's so many of them. It's
Oh,
like
man.
beyond what my brain can comprehend.
Too.
But yeah, he's showing me like this angelic dimension, and that's where he exists most of the time. But he still does have a hand in not just our planet, but other planets. And
Interesting.
leading people. Now, he not so much like he did back in those days,
Yeah.
because we've evolved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And we don't need it as much, is
Okay.
how he's saying it. But he still does
Okay.
help.
Eric, have you ever been to that angelic being, that dimension?
Yes.
Ooh,
He just said
describe it
yes.
for us from your term, from your perspective.
He's showing that it's almost similar to spiritual, but it's a different vibration. Like it's a different vibration. There's actually a scenery that you don't have to like, like there's sceneries in heaven in the
Right.
spiritual realm, but he's showing me like this is always there, almost like the earth is always here,
Yeah.
right? We've been, and the earth, by the way, is something that we have all created with our
Oh,
thoughts,
wow.
which,
Really? That's
yeah, it
cool.
is. He's saying that, so with that realm, with that angelic realm, um or plane, you want to call it that, or dimension, it's not that much different than spiritual. It's just a different vibration, and
Well,
that's
what does
just
it
where
feel
there
like
exists.
when you
It
go there?
just
What does it feel like in your?
warm. He's saying
Oh,
warm, bright. There's love, but there's also what's different about spiritual, the heavenly plane, is you can also have different feelings. Like we don't have the sad emotions,
yeah. Right.
in the heavenly realm, but in this dimension you can have that. You
Really?
have that, and
Okay.
it's not but you have more control over it in a way, like you understand it more, but you do
Okay.
have that. That's
All
the only
right.
difference I
Here's
see.
a yes or no, a couple of yes or no questions. Are you do you have any relationship to the God of the Bible, of the
We're all
Quran?
related. We're all related. That we're all an extension of. So
Yeah,
the
but you know
God
what
of
I
the
mean.
Bible. Yeah, huh?
Are you the God as the
Oh,
depicted in the Bible?
oh, I thought you said, are you related? I thought you
Oh,
said
well, yeah,
a
yeah.
relation.
Yeah, I did say, what is your relationship to the God of the, do you
Yeah,
have a relationship to God? Yeah, I messed up.
he's not God. He's not the source, if you want to,
Oh, okay, yeah.
God or source. He is an extension of. But you know what I've
Like we
seen
all are.
really quick? I'll just tell this real quick. Eric is showing me, he has shown me that, like, if you could see it on a linear way, in a linear way, which is not really how it is, but source, we all start at source and it comes out as extensions, but the angelic energies are closer to
Oh,
source.
yeah.
That's kind of how he shows it.
I've heard
Mhm.
that. That's cool. Are you connected to the planet Jupiter?
Um, this was a symbol for him, is what he's showing me. This was a symbol for him. And I don't know
Okay.
if it was Marduk or Omnim Ra,
It
but I
doesn't make any
think it was
difference.
Marduk. I think it was Marduk. But this was a symbol for him because it was the biggest of all the bodies
Um,
in our solar system. And he was the biggest
okay.
of the gods.
Here's a yes or no, and I think it's going to be a no. Is Marduk Lucifer Morningstar? I love that program, Lucifer. It's cool.
That's a DC character, right? I'm a
I don't
nerd when it
know. I
comes to
don't know.
that
I
kind
don't
of
know that.
stuff.
But
I
it's
love
serious.
the DC and all of the comics and okay.
Yeah.
Um, wait a second. No, no,
Okay.
no.
Did you have previous knowledge of the birth on earth of Jesus in that time? Did you know he was a coming?
Yes,
Mm. And
yes.
you do you confirm that Jesus is Anunnaki or not?
He's saying there is a connection. There is a
Okay.
connection. Yes, he's
I
saying there's a
really
connection.
encourage you guys to check out the YouTube that I think Paula's going to put in there about Amun Ra, and it's very short. But also on that same channel, Astro Legends, they have one called Jesus Christ or Yeshua. It's very interesting. Okay, how did humans worshiping you influence the start of human civilization, or did it?
How
Did
how were
did
how are
humans
they?
worshiping you start the human civilization? Uh,
How did they them worshiping him start the civilization?
Yeah.
The civilization actually, okay, so he's showing me, I'm trying to see what came first. He's showing me that he was a part of bringing the civilization together. Okay.
Okay. That's good enough.
Yeah, he was a part of bringing them together, and then they started worshiping him. He's putting it like in that linear way.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I
Makes
want to
sense.
say really quick that there's something he's showing me that he was a creator, but he was not an enslaver. Like,
Oh,
you know how
good.
they say like Anunnaki enslaved
Yeah, the
people because they wanted
Enlil.
to
Enlil,
he
your father, right?
yeah,
His
but
stepfather.
what he's saying is it was interpreted. It was more like instead of enslave, it was more like they led the people. They didn't like, because enslaving somebody means that you take their free will. It means that they don't get paid for the work they do. It means they're
Yeah,
not compensated. It means that they can't, live their lives the way that, they want. Someone else tells them how to live it, right?
right.
I
It's almost
mean,
like parents and children. It's like, oh, you're making me do this. I don't want to do it, blah, blah, but it's for your own good, that sort of thing.
right, right. But
You're not
but the people
enslaving the
that tell the
child. You're
story,
directing.
he's saying it's misinterpreted, almost like words get misinterpreted from old text to new text. You know how things will get interpreted, like the Virgin
Yes,
Mary, which the Virgin, it was really that was not what that word was. It was
right.
misinterpreted. But anyway, yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Did you influence the writing of the Code of Hammurabi? I'm gonna look that up. I know it's like a code of ethics, right?
He's saying yes that he did.
Code of Hammurabi.
Yeah, okay. This is what it is. He's showing me that this is like to say what's right and wrong, what's fair, what's not fair. This is a code that makes sure that, and actually, oh, this is interesting. This is something that's used in law today.
Wow, look at it. The code is written on, I think, well, let me read this little bit.
Okay, okay.
It's a Babylonian
Fairness,
legal
fairness.
text. Yeah, composed during 1755 to 1750 BC. It's the longest, best organized, and best preserved legal text from the ancient Near East. It is written in the old Babylonian dialect of Akkadian, purportedly by Hammurabi, sixth king of the first dynasty of Babylon. Primary copy of the text is inscribed on basalt steel. This one.
Hmm.
So, and yeah, I think it's just
Basalt steel. That's weird.
never heard of that. But I think it is ethics, fairness, justice.
Those are the words I heard was
Yeah,
fairness,
yeah,
like making sure that people are treated fairly, equality,
yeah. The
as in
respect for the rule of fairness and the respect for the rule of law. That's interesting. All right.
yeah.
Okay. What was human civilization like before the code was written?
He's showing me this is really early on, like when people started becoming more civilized.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying that there wasn't fairness, there wasn't, there
Justice.
wasn't, yeah, there
Respect.
wasn't justice, there was yeah, there was a lot of conflict. He's showing more
Is that the one
conflict.
where an eye for an eye, hand for a hand, like you cut off your hand if you steal, kind of thing?
That kind of thing,
Something
in a
else.
way, in a way. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
What can you say, Marduk, about Nibiru, the 12th planet that comes around every 3,600 years, and it wants to take our sun for energy? I mean, not our entire sun, but what do you say about
So
that?
what he's showing me is a planet that is very far outside of our solar, like on the outer edge of our solar system. Maybe even a little, I mean, our solar system actually goes further than what they realize. Okay. And he's showing me then what like even like science realizes. It's a little further out. Like, and this is by gravity. He's showing me gravity is how you know
It
what
was
a
cast away. I think there were two asteroids or other bodies
yeah,
that,
he's showing me it was different when in the old, like
right.
ancient times, it was a lot different, but it never comes close enough to where it would affect us. Like it doesn't come close to us like Mars or Jupiter or any of that, because if it did, our planet wouldn't survive, is what he's saying.
Oh yeah.
But it is held by our sun, and that's what makes a
Okay.
solar system. And so he's just showing me like it goes way out, but it's further out. Like it's almost like it's trajectory. Is that how you say it? Like
Yeah.
the line that it's on goes so far out that it
Yeah, it
doesn't
was
come
a
as close as it
cataclysm.
used to.
It was something. There were three planets, planet A and B and Nibiru, and something happened that cast Nibiru out on this long,
Well, what he's showing me
trajectory in
is this was a
orbit.
moon. He's showing me this was when the solar
Oh,
system was made, and there was some moons that were around the further out, like Pluto and Neptune. There were moons out there
oh,
that aren't there anymore, and some of them are. Some of the moons that are there were part of this,
okay.
pieces of that, and one something broke. He's showing me like something hit or broke, and then that's how it got pushed out
Yeah,
further.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. I read about that in this fascinating book called Atlantis Rising. Do you have any
I
just
got to get that book. I got
it's
to get
so
that book.
awesome. I wish it was in audio form. I hate reading.
I
Do you
fall asleep so easy when I'm
oh,
reading.
I know. Do you have any descendants in my husband and I have been starting the audiobook of Eric's, and it's amazing. God, every night
Oh,
we listen. It is freaking amazing. It's like so much power and wisdom that I mean the first part was kind of hard.
it.
Anyway, I took you all on a rabbit hole, but you really should get my life after
Can I
death.
get? Can I get that? Because I've read that book so many times, like reading it. But can I get? I can get it like on audio now.
Yeah, it's audio. It's been in audio
Oh,
forever
oh, I
since
didn't
the
know
beginning.
that. Okay.
Okay,
Huh.
do you
I
have
might get
any
that.
descendants, Marduk, in human form on Earth at the moment? Or have you ever really?
No. He's saying no.
Okay.
No.
All right. According to author and galactic emissary Elena Danan, Marduk was the son of the Anunnaki scientist creator brother Enki. Marduk joined his evil uncle Enlil to wage war against humanity and keep them enslaved, much to Enlil, probably Enki's dismay. Marduk played the role of Satan in the Bible and ancient lore. Is that true?
Inky? Is that what we're talking about?
Enki was a good guy,
Yeah,
but
because Inky
Marduk joined your
was a
evil.
good guy. He's
Did you join
saying.
your evil uncle Enlil to wage war against humanity and keep them enslaved?
No, I'm hearing no to this. This is part of the story. You know how we have some of this is
Misinterpretation.
myth and some of it is, yeah, some of it is real. He's saying no to this. This is story. This is part of the story, is how he's
Were you
putting it. It's
Satan?
not
Are you
reality.
Satan in the Bible?
No, no, no.
Okay, since liberation of our galaxy in 2021, I had no idea, from nefarious ETs, Marduk has been relegated to a prison planet. Marduk may deceive you, but does this information ring true physically? Oh, they're saying you might lie, but tell the truth. Eric, you can make
What's
sure he
going
does.
on? They're
Is he
asking if in
is he
2021 he was put on a
the
in prison.
prison planet? And our galaxy was liberated in 2021 from all the bad ETs. And you
This
were
is a no. This is a no. Not just him, so Eric saying no too.
oh
This
good.
is a no to that because they're still, we are not liberated from that. We still have both.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I
connected to
think
our
the
Earth.
Age of Aquarius is going to be the start of changes in that regard.
Right. We're getting there. We're getting there, but we still have both still.
Okay. Was Marduk the planet that blew up and created asteroid belt? Wow, were you a planet?
What's
Were you a planet, Marduk, that
no,
blew up and created
no,
the asteroid belt?
no, this was also a story. This is a story. This is not real. He was not a planet, but he something's showing me as things in the universe. Okay, he was supposed to be like the creator of the universe, a big part of the universe. It's just like Amun Ra was the sun and
Yeah.
other parts. So this was part of a story of how things got there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, how did that get there? Well, he was part of this and he blew up, and that's how it happened. But he's saying no, he wasn't a planet. But
Okay.
he was responsible, though, helping in creating this universe and
Interesting.
the asteroid belt, because we all have a part in it.
Yeah.
Not, it wasn't just God, like Bibles say, okay, or God's doing it. We all have a part in creating everything we see.
True. Interesting. Do you acknowledge Jesus Christ as the Son of God? Oh,
That is also, and don't come at me. This is coming from not
yeah.
me,
No
okay?
ego. No
Yeah,
bad karma.
yeah.
Please yourself.
This is a religious concept, okay? Jesus was a real person,
We're
all
all the
right?
sons of God, sons and daughters of God. Yeah.
Right. We are
We're
all the
all part of
sons and
God.
daughters of God. He acknowledges all of us as in relation to God and extensions of God. I think where they're coming at with this question is more of a religious thing, like the Son of
Yeah.
God. But we all are, and you're right, Elisa, we all
Yeah.
are. And Erik was saying that right before you did. So I think that you're channeling what he's saying, because it was like stereo. He said it and then you said it.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I'm getting there. Um, yeah, if you watch the Jesus video from Astro Legends, it's amazing. And Jesus got a lot of his gifts, or Yeshua, by just learning from the Tibetan monks and the yogi masters. And he was able to learn how to suppress his breath and heart rate to appear dead. That's why he actually was not dead from the crucifixion. Anyway, what
And
is,
you know, a lot of people don't like that story,
yeah,
and a
because
lot of
that's the
people do,
whole
and
thing about
right,
Christianity. He
right,
died for our
right.
sins.
But Jesus was an important part of the human experience.
Oh,
He is an
very.
important part of human experience, okay? And the whole story behind it was important, and religion is needed
Yeah.
and necessary for certain people that are at that point in their life, that, you know, or that
I love
vibration.
Jesus. He's on my divine
Yeah.
team.
Right, right. So, and there is things divine about him too. So it's not like
Yeah.
we're diminishing who he is, you know, by
Can't
saying this,
possibly.
but he wasn't exactly, and this is coming from Marduk, that he wasn't portrayed as who he truly was. Like there was a lot of things left out about Jesus that he truly was.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I love Jesus. And I have a little thing by my coffee machine that says, all I need is a little
There's
bit
my
of coffee and
picture.
a whole lot of Jesus.
Yeah. I have a picture around here. It was just sitting here. I just, you know, I was looking for it. So I grab it of Jesus.
Okay. Does the concept of karma equally apply to Marduk and other Sumerian gods and humans? I mean,
Does the
Marduk,
concept of karma?
yeah, do you experience karma? Are you under the rules of karma?
A little bit. He's saying a little bit, but
Okay.
not like one like we have the karma, like when we're here on the earth, what you put out comes back,
Yeah,
right? Like a wave.
right.
But he's saying a little bit, but not like human,
Okay.
not like humans.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the connection between you and Yahweh, also known as Jehovah, which is really Enlil, your uncle, your evil uncle? Is that the connection, basically? The answer to the question?
This is Jesus. He just said that's Jesus.
Oh, okay. Well, when I look under, uh, well, maybe Jesus is the reincarnation of Enlil. I don't know. Yahweh was a
I
deity worshipped
unless
by
I'm
the Israelites, and while Enlil was, oh no, it's different. Enlil was a god of wind and a Sumerian god. Okay. You probably worship the Sumerian
what
god.
is that name? What is that Arabic name you said? Is that the same? The Arabic name that you said
Yahweh
earlier of
slash,
Jesus?
oh, Yeshua?
Yeshua. Yeah. Yahweh. Jehovah.
Yeah.
I'm hearing something about this being having something to do with Jesus. I don't know.
I don't
Um,
know. The
but
God of
there is
Israelites, the name YHWH, sequence of consonants, Yod,
okay.
I don't know. Well, what do you want to say about that, Eric?
Jehovah. Okay, so that's why. That's why. Because Jehovah. Erik was
Oh,
saying Jehovah is Jesus.
okay.
That's what I was hearing.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so the other word though, I don't think goes with that. I think that's the
Okay.
confusion. But
Okay.
that was an uncle. He just said yes to that.
Okay,
That
got
was
it.
an uncle. That was an uncle.
All right, one more. What can you tell us about Atlantis that people don't know about?
They still walk the earth. Don't know if people know that. They still
Oh,
walk the earth. Their DNA is within people, he's saying,
do I
that
have Atlantean DNA?
you do. You do. Yes,
And is it
you
true
do.
that I was in Atlantis with Eric? Eric, you can answer this too.
Yes,
And we did a lot of
yes.
healing. I feel like I see me and you and Grant, the one that just died in our family. And
Mm.
we're in this beautiful amethyst grotto and this giant table with a giant crystal and all these deities and all these people helping us heal others. Is there any truth to that? Because this is what I'm,
Absolutely. Absolutely. He says, absolutely, mom. He says, the dreams and that people dream, and people also have like flashbacks sometimes of other lives. When somebody tells you something like this, and it rings true, like you just feel it, you
yeah,
feel it in your whole being. He says that's how you know, that's how anybody watching this, he says, knows that something is true.
yeah,
And also, we dream a lot about our past lives too.
yeah.
So a lot of times
That
those vivid, because they're all happening at once, so they're all these vivid dreams that you
little
have.
bleed through going on. Yeah.
Yeah, right, right. And other lives, he's being funny. Stop making me laugh. Other lives that we're having, we dream of this one. Like I
Oh,
always thought that
wow.
was
Oh, that's
kind of like,
cool.
yeah, that's kind of cool, like we're somewhere in another life dreaming of this life right here.
So how
So
long ago was I in Atlantis doing this work? I mean, and the Arcturians were so sweet to give me symbols, healing symbols like Arcturian. I got a bunch of them. Yazin, Arcturus. Is that true that the Arcturians, okay, how long ago was it? And did the Arcturians give me codes to put into crystals to help heal people? So
how
how long
long
ago
ago was
first?
it that you were in Atlantis?
Hmm?
Is that what you're asking? How long ago were you in
Yeah,
Atlantis?
doing the healing work that mimics what I'm doing now.
Is this like 300,000 years? He's
Yeah,
given
sounds
me
like
a
it.
he's given me a three with a
Well, I'm
hundred
well
thousand.
preserved, man. I'm well preserved.
Yeah,
So,
Atlanteans did live a lot longer than human body,
yeah.
because they had more spiritual body to them.
Ooh,
But yes, to the codes too. Yes.
that is so
Yes.
cool. I mean, our first boat we named Atlantis. My first company, Atlantis. And I always wondered, why am I doing this? So now I know.
Yeah, there's something to that too. Eric says that people, if you want to know the name of your guides too, this is something that he has told me, that if there's a name that resonates with you,
Yeah.
pay attention to that because it's usually your guides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to end off, anything else you want to say about Atlantis that we don't know?
I don't know if people know this or not, but he's just showing me that there was more to them than just healers. There was more to them than just creators of technology. Um, there they were like like what we're going to be in the future. They're like your dream, like what you would dream about, like humanity being,
Yeah.
okay, before they got to the point where it went overboard. But
Right.
they did get to that place. We're going to get there too, but something he's showing me is that there's just more to them, as not just human, but they were
Yeah.
just like angelic humans, is how he's putting it,
Wow.
like
Well, so
angelic humans.
is there's a book, Atlantis Rising, that's I can't remember the lady who channeled all of it from the Arcturians. I think it's the Arcturians that were trying to warn us. Atlantis went through this. You guys are going through the same route. Be careful. But is most of that channeling accurate? I mean, a lot of it rings true to me, but who
It
am I?
it is. A lot of it is. A lot of it is accurate. He's saying too that, sometimes you can tell somebody if you get on that bike and you don't know how to ride it, you're gonna fall off of it, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't get on it and learn how.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, so that's something he's saying. He's
Okay.
saying like, there can be warnings about things.
Yeah.
And you should listen. You should listen to some of it, but some of it is an experience that we're supposed to go through.
Of
That's
course.
important, he says, for people watching this, because there's a lot of people that go through hard times in their life and
Yeah.
struggle, and they blame themselves, where they need to just realize that it's something you're supposed to go
Yeah.
through. Or why didn't you stop me? Or why didn't you save me? Or why aren't you helping me to the
Yeah.
universe? And it's like,
Mhm.
but you needed it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, Ginger. Thank you, Marduk. Thank you, Eric. You guys check out Ginger in the description box below and on the screen.
Thank
And
you.
please like, subscribe, and hit the
Okay.
notification button. Please. You want them to
Yeah.
do
He's
that,
saying
Marduk
thank
and
you.
Eric? Are you agree with that?
Yes. Yes. Please do. Please do. Um, he's got I don't know why, but he's got like a lightning thing, like a pole that's got like a lightning bolt on the end of it. And
Ooh.
he's holding it. It's like a long pole with a lightning bolt. And he just pulled it up when you said that. And he's like, come on, do it. And he's being
You
funny.
gotta fry their
He's,
ass if you
yeah,
don't. Okay.
he's being funny. He's being funny. But
A
Eric says,
funny
I love
God.
you. I love everybody.
I love you. I
So,
love all of
yeah.
you guys. And stay tuned for part 3.
Yay.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Ginger.
Bye.
Mwah.
Mwah.